only votes against the measures came from Republicans that included Congressman Matt Gaetz and 10 other Florida representatives.
Include Governor Ron DeSantis, and he's been demanding disaster relief funds from Washington too. Has he ever voted against something like this?
2012 and Hurricane Sandy, which hit New York and New Jersey, then Congressman DeSantis voted against federal aid. He said he sympathized with the victims, but that taking on more debt without a plan to offset the spending was not fiscally responsible. But Scott complained that Florida and North Carolina would have gotten relief faster if they were renamed Lebanon and Ukraine.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this week the hypocrisy is unbridled with all this ridiculous talk about why people still are talking about January 6th and the previous. It's time for everybody's favorite family game show, Hypocrite of the Week. They are just astonished why anybody would suggest that Donald Trump is not gonna leave when the day comes.
Said Vance, what are you talking about?
It's not like that's ever happened before. Let's go to the tape. And as always, my lovely assistant, Steph Myers. How you doing, Steph?
I've never seen you before.
Well, we've got a big week ahead of us. I tell you what, this was some crazy stuff.
I am actually over my President Trump's gaslighting.
Hypocrisy knows no bounds with these. So let's get started.
It's like he's looking in a mirror every time he opens his mouth now. All right, well, if there's one thing we know, you camera in an attempt to make it look like a human. Apparently, whenever it's on, the people laughing at you. Or, hear me out. We got a great show for you tonight. He's an incredibly funny host 2 years in a row. That's a big deal.
As often as usual, we have Janine Pirro.
3,600-year-old mummies.
And Jesse Waters.
Problem with people.
Jimmy was at the Michigan-Minnesota game Saturday and hugged the Gopher mascot like it was his husband returning home from war.
Of Fox News, the information superhighway to bullshit.
Instead of the other way around. Under you, Fox News.
The hypocrisy knows no bounds with these two, and that's why we bring them back every week, because, wow. How y'all doing?
Trump was the president for 4 years. He didn't do any of the things that they're claiming. He left office.
Hypocritical bullshit. I'll tell you what, Jake.
Everybody knows Trump's gonna leave office just like he did the last time.
Oh, well, of course he's gonna leave. There's no reason to believe that he wouldn't. My God, he left just 2 weeks after the insurrection. I mean, come on. Now, that's some hypocrisy bullshit. You're just gonna get 10 points. You're on the board. Got a newcomer to our game. It's J.D. Vance. My God, he's a real person. He's almost as hypocritical as you'll ever meet, but he's new to this game because he came out of nowhere. By nowhere, I mean he got rich off the backs of poor people. But that's a video for another time. How you doing, JD? JD's not able to answer a simple question because he's absolutely full of shit and a hypocritical son of a bitch. Hey, let's go to a quick clip of JD in action.
Hello?
Hi.
Okay. How long you worked here?
A year?
Okay. Donut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which donut, though?
Just whatever makes sense. No pickles. Hold the pickles.
Oh, well, no, I can get that for you.
My God, that guy looks just like Haley Joe Osment. What a coincidence.
We'll be right back to the movie.
Now it's time for a word from our sponsor. It's the Trump Hurricane Simulator. Choose your own adventure right at home. And for those players who just weren't quite hypocritical enough, try the Hypocrite of the Week home game. That's right, just draw on a map what you want the hurricane to do, and then just sit back and enjoy the rest. Whatever it is you say, it will come true. And on November 5th, be sure to play the game for everybody, because it'll be time to choose your own fate with the Trump Hurricane Simulator.
Hi, I'm Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. The mainstream media, they want you to think that I'm weird. They call me creepy, cringy, awkward, that I give people something called the ick. They want you to think that I can't order a simple donut.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Sandwich was back. I was like, Cloud 9. What's up? This is Mike. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich.
On January the 20th, what happened? Joe Biden became the president. Donald Trump left the White House. Really rich for Democratic leaders to say that Donald Trump is a unique threat to democracy when he peacefully gave over power on January the 20th, as we have done for 250 years in this country.
Oh, well, of course he's gonna leave. There's no reason to believe that he wouldn't. My God, that was nearly 2 weeks ago.
What else happened in January? Does your calendar skip the 6th of every month? That's what you get for buying those cheap Trump calendars. To save money, there's only 5 days a week, 3 weeks a month, and instead of cute puppies, they're terrified dogs saying, "Don't let them eat me."
The media is obsessed with talking about the election of 4 years ago. I'm focused on the election of 33 days from now.
Did he lose the 2020 election?
A few inches later.
Tim, I'm focused on the future.
Focus, my God, that's all Donald Trump's talked about for the last 7 years. That's right. You know, they bought the StopTheSteal.com website in 2015. Go figure. Not only does he refuse to answer the question, but he suggests that he wants to focus on the future, and then instantly goes into a diatribe about how Kamala silenced people during COVID. Well, that's not the future, JD. That's some hypocrisy. You got 20 points.
Get credit for peacefully leaving a convenience store after you try and fail to rob it. Give me all your money. Hey, is that a comb in your pocket? All right, fine, you got me, it's a comb. I'm leaving peacefully, might I add.
He left just 2 weeks after the insurrection. I mean, come on. Now that's some hypocrisy bullshit. To get 10 points, you're on the board.
Leaving out the biggest part.
Speaker Mike Johnson, you're up. Now, I know you can do better than that because you're an intelligent person who went to law school and, in fact, wait for it, is the Speaker of the House. How you doing, Mike?
You've spoken to him about basically not doing anything like that again and committing to respecting the sort of American tradition of a peaceful transfer.
Of course he respects that, and we all do.
Not only is that some hypocrisy bullshit, but it also is weak and pathetic. Almost like they were making the clip for Fox News. Way to go, Speaker Mike. Mike Johnson, that's 10 points. You're on the board. We also got Representative Emmer. I'm sure he's got something that's deep and insightful for us. Come on, Emmer. Show us what you got.
We're talking about an election that's going to take place in 35 days. What are you doing talking about something that's 4 years ago?
I can't imagine why these people would be asking these questions. It's almost rude.
Oh, I can help you with this. People are still talking about it because it was a crime.
I mean, come on. Now that's some hypocrisy bullshit. You get 10 points. You're on the board. But you've got a challenger. It's Corey Lewandowski, who is one of the most hypocritical pieces of crap that MAGA ever produced. And that's why we play this game.
Did Donald Trump lose the 2020 election? Can you answer that?
Jim, I think it's very simple. The American people have passed the 2020 election. They're focused on an election which is just under 5 weeks away.
It's just a simple question. Did Donald Trump lose the 2020 election? I mean, that's an easy...
Jim, why are we talking about 2020 anymore? Does the American people care about the 2020 election anymore, or do they care about being able to put food on their table?
What a bunch of hypocritical bullshit. Corey Lewandowski, you never disappoint. That's another 40 points.
Also, people can focus on more than one thing at a time. For example, right now I'm reading the cue cards and trying to figure out why Corey Lewandowski here reminds me of a penis with googly eyes.
The only way they can do anything is if they cheat like hell, and we've been victims of that.
I'm sorry, Mr. Speaker, Janine and Jesse Watermouth Watterson. You're just going to have to come back another time to play our game because we have a late entry into Hypocrite of the Week, and it's an astonishing one. Oh my gosh, J.D. Vance wants another shot at it because, you know.
But again,
something that these guys do is they make a lot of claims about if Donald Trump becomes president, all of these terrible consequences are going to ensue.
Of course, I think we have to, give him that because he's pretty pathetic. JD, what do you got for us?
Obamacare was crushing under its own weight. Donald Trump actually helped address that problem, and he did so in a way that preserved people's access to coverage who had pre-existing conditions. And he saved the very program from a Democratic administration that was collapsing and would have collapsed absent his leadership.
Oh, after running and promising to end Obamacare and repeal and replace, and failing to do so, what was it, nearly 50 times, actually being saved by John McCain in the end because they had no plan but to kill Obamacare. That is some astonishing, unbridled, hypocritical bullshit.
Crime, and he's trying to do it again. That's why we're still talking about the 2020 election, and now we have ample evidence that he is effing nuts.
I tell you what, JD, that makes you our champion. Our new champion, JD, the douchebag Vance. It's gonna be a long campaign. Oh, wait, it's only 30 more days. I think we should do it like this in the future. JD will be back next week. We'll see how it goes because the hypocrisy knows no bounds at this point. I'm Zachariah Lone Star Liberal. Y'all take it easy. Favorite family game show, Hypocrite of the Week.
I want to tell you my secret now.
I see a dead campaign.
Come on, 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 come on. Don't negotiate, let's investigate, we'll accelerate, and we're taking him down.